G'day guys, I'm Chris the Ultimate Recycler. Welcome back to the channel. Well, welcome back to the shop today. We are trying to get something else out of this story and we have to continue doing that because the property hasn't sold, but it's still on the market. Haven't heard anything, but we know it's going to happen eventually, so we need to get as organized as we can. And there's lots of stuff here. If you haven't seen the quantity of stuff I've got, there is a video a while back called The Full Disclosure, something about my hoarder disorder, and I'll walk around every storage area I own and show you all unashamedly, embarrassingly, whatever particular descriptive word you want to throw in there. I thought I'd show, and that way you guys know what I'm up against, and also I don't mind showing you. I mean, it's me. I can't help that. Right, we need to get some more stuff out of the storeroom. I'll spin the camera around and we'll show you where we've got to. It is opening up in here very nicely. I think this is episode 17 of what I've called the Great Shop Cleanup. We're working on this pile here. We have made some pretty good headway, and we're starting on this shelf in the middle, this steel shelf unit. We got the boxes off the top the other day. The rest of it shouldn't take too long because there is some just storage, container storage, empty boxes, packing perhaps. Not sure what's in the top two, and that's what we're up to next. There could be some paperwork as well. So we'll wade through it. I need to make decisions. I aim to show you guys how to deal with a quantity of stuff, a large quantity of stuff. But could even say an overwhelming quantity of stuff. But I find there's no amount of stuff that's overwhelming. I really enjoy the challenge. And I think the secret is just being focused, not look at the big picture, one thing at a time. And that thing at the moment is that box with the folders on top of it. I'll take them through to the counter and we'll have a look. Okay, we deal with a lot of people that are totally overwhelmed with cleanup jobs. Quite often they're deceased estates. Sometimes the parents have gone into care. Sometimes the house has just been sold and they didn't want to have a garage sale. And admittedly, sometimes in those people's situations, they've not only got the worry of clearing up, they've also got obviously family bereavement or other emotional issues, and plus cleaning up your own stuff is always a little bit more emotional than cleaning up someone else's. So I can understand the feeling of overwhelmness. I've just never experienced it, and it's probably just as well considering what I get myself into. Oh, okay, we have some bookwork of something. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Some folders here which I've kept purely for putting ephemera, paperwork, old brochures, old interesting paper items that were never designed to be kept, which is what ephemera means. And it's quite collectible. I have a lot of folders over there in the other part of the shop there with everything from brochures on kitchen appliances to clippings from the paper. Not so much those unless it's a special event, but any old bits of paper that people collect, even postcards. So I've kept some of these folders, but I just noticed this one's actually got money in it. We've found cash. So they're foreign notes. I don't think they're of much value. The top one, oh, that one's, I don't even recognize them. I'd have to look it up and see what they were. The one at the top there says $2 and it's very tatty, if we can avoid the reflection. And the one down the bottom says 20 something. 20 pesos? Is that Mexican? Oh, it is too. The Bank of Mexico. I don't know what 20 pesos would buy you. Probably not a car. You might be lucky to get a meal. Okay, I'll check those out. That was all that was in that folder, just a couple of notes. Now, what was in this box? I'll do this paperwork first. We have another folder here with nothing in it, so I've just kept that because it's a useful folder. This is an A4 one, which are a bit more useful actually. We have some papers here. Oh, this says Green Family. These are old photographs. And often we find old photographs amongst paperwork when we do cleanups. Sometimes they're in books. So these are old family shots from probably the 40s or 50s, maybe even earlier. And I've got them obviously put away to return to the family because they're, no commercial value to us, and I'm sure the family would be keen to keep some family history. There's something here that looks like a letter. Maybe it was a personal letter. So we do find lots of that sort of stuff. Oh no, this is actually some notes on a certain family's history. So someone's done a little bit of a family tree. I won't show you, it doesn't really matter, but they've noted marriages, dates, and offspring, kids, and their siblings. So certainly information that's no good to me at all, and the family would probably want. So I expect the rest of this is much the same. Yes, there's some information from a town a bit of a distance from here. This one is a Methodist Ladies Guild Treasury Book, 1932. So probably should go back to the town. Oh, is there anything in it? A little bit. So it's just some figures and a couple of receipts from a organisation way back in the 1930s. Should go to the local town museum. And that's probably what the rest of this is. Yeah, minutes books from the Methodist Ladies Guild, 1941. So actual minutes books, what happened at meetings. So there's a great social history there, all handwritten. That's valuable stuff for local history, not valuable to me. And the only person I'd ever sell it to would be someone from that district that had an interest in the family history. They would probably give it to the museum anyway, and I think I'll just do that next time I'm over that way. So there's more in the bag here, so that's what it all is. When I've sorted this deal out, I've put everything aside that should go back. So I'll deal with that. There's one other folder here, and this is, a guide to rabbit and dog traps, which are very collectible. A customer of mine dropped this off many years ago, and it's just basically a rough valuation guide on all the different brands and configurations of rabbit traps and similar. They're quite collectible. Some of them can be worth a lot of money. I'll probably hang on to this as a reference, but down the track, I guess it's only photocopied, but we could still probably put $10 on it. A collector would surely love it, but I will keep it as a reference for now. Okay, let's get rid of all that. Now, what was in this box? It's there's a few. There's a box which I think says microphone. Not sure. There's a little screwdriver, very fine screwdriver, but I think it goes with this. And this has some audio connections, and it has a visor wrapped in foam, and it's a helmet. It's an aviation helmet of some description, obviously set up for communications. So there's earphones or headphones in there, the sorted associated wiring. Does that visor come down? Yeah, it does. So I think, if I remember rightly, this might be a helicopter's pilot helmet. I'm not sure where it's from or when it dates to. So there's goggles as well, aviation goggles, I guess. They look to be in pretty good condition. The elastic's no longer elastic. And there's a booklet here. Not sure what they are, more pads, I think. Another audio cable. There we go. I vaguely remembered it. It's a helicopter's pilot helmet. And Gentex. That's the brand. It's a Gentex helicopter's pilot helmet. Now, I have no idea what that's worth. That's something that might go on eBay. If I can find a rough price guide on eBay, I'll price it in the shop. But cool. I don't know that anyone's going to come into our shop expecting to buy a helicopter's pilot helmet. And what's this? It's a flight protective helmet. Interesting. I don't remember where this came from. It would have come out of someone's shed somewhere. The only other things in here is a little bit more paperwork. So this requires some research. I'll let you know a little later in the video. I'll do a checkout. But that's it. And this must be parts of it, I think. So, all right. So if I find that it's likely to be quite valuable, I'll probably put it aside to eBay down the track when we no longer have a shop. Unless, of course, it's one of these things that as it gets older, it gets less valuable. Some collectible items, of course, get more valuable as they get older. I've got to make that distinction, and it's particularly true to electronics items. And I've often said to people that there's a big span of years between when some piece of electronics is new enough to be useful and old enough to be collectible. There's a huge span in the middle where it's neither useful nor collectible and doesn't have much value. So if you drew a graph, I guess it would start high, like the current model or just a year old model of whatever you're talking might be quite a high value because people want to use it, and the graph would drop down to a point where no one really wants it for any use. And then eventually when things get old enough, the graph will start going up because it has some collectible value. So every item's probably slightly different on that graph, and I've got to make a decision whether I should put stuff aside and bury it for future investment return, or that span of years might be so long that by the time I drag it out it's still worth nothing, or it's even worth less, or sell something like this straight away because it might still be actually usable. Although I would expect this is old enough that it probably doesn't satisfy safety requirements. I'm not sure, I'll check it out. Let's go and get the next crate that was on that shelf. Just before we do, I went and made a coffee and did a bit of research on this Gentex helmet. It is the original box too. And it seems, I've got a sticker on here that says to eBay, so I must have thought it was worth eBaying years ago. This is I think it's dated 1981, and it seems this sort of stuff doesn't really lose its value. I guess it's very expensive to buy new, and perhaps you can still use it, but people collect them because they're related to the Defence Forces. I think this particular model was used in the, I'm not sure. It's made in the US. It was possibly used in the Gulf War and other particular military involvements that the US had. Perhaps they were sold around the world. But I did find a few this model. I think it was a SPH-4. It's an extra large size. And I found a few online. Some people were asking lots and lots, like over 1,000. I did see one sell for 600 and something. There was a few parts thereof that was selling quite well. Given that this has got all the extra bits in it, I'm going to certainly eBay this. It has got some faults though, in that just age related, the foam padding around the inside of the earmuffs and the earmuff pads themselves have gone a little bit sticky. The foam has decayed a bit from age, but otherwise cosmetically and structurally it's in very good condition, and I think all the extras are fine. So I would expect on eBay this may make $400 to $500, just a shot in the dark. I might try it, list it at that price and have it as an auction and see if it goes higher. Otherwise I might list it at a buy it now if it doesn't sell of $350 and leave it sit until it sells. But the auction format's good because there might not be many of these around. And I think 1981 vintage, if I keep it for 5 years, it may actually get a little bit more valuable because people are collecting these now. So there we go. That was a good find for today. It won't be going in the shop. I will be taking it home. It won't be available to you guys, I'm sorry, because I really can't establish a price, and that's where I like to use eBay's auction format. And I'm going to need stuff to eBay when we close the shop. I'll still need an income. So that's where that's going. It's going to be buried, not literally, or maybe, depending on how full my eBay storage shed gets. Okay, let's go and get that crate. Okay, the next crate, and I think what we've found is just a lot of hardware. A lot of stuff that I was sorting when I was working at the back of the shop next door where I used to live and have the shop. And I would sort a lot of stuff into trays. They're obviously large hose clamps. So when we clean out people's sheds, of course, you get a lot of hardware. We have assorted plugs, a double adapter type plug. Well, it's just a piggyback plug, is it? Doesn't have a cord coming out, that's unusual. Some looks like UK style plugs, adapters. So, that is an adapter, that's what it is. So it's got a round earth pin. So various adapters, actually some of these will be handy for my home workshop. I didn't realise I had so many. I'll take a range of them home. The rest of them may go in the shop at a couple of dollars each or something. Oh, a heap of these trays. These are supermarket trays, what you buy meat and sausages in. I've stacked them up because they're really handy little display trays, either for rocks when we're cleaning up some of Mum's rocks and putting in the shop here, or hardware. They're just great display items. So I'll hang on to those. I have some hinges. They're very thick, heavy duty, but aluminium hinges, those ones, cast aluminium hinges. So I'll just put a group of them maybe in a tray and have $5 the lot. There's some wall cladding screws, I guess you'd call them, plasterboard screws, something like that. And these are in a plastic strip that a tradie would have used. I think I found these in a skip one day when I was pulling out bubble wrap or copper wire or something from a skip. Don't know if they're going to sell. Probably should have left them there. Some little tyre valves and caps. Some more tyre stuff. These are fittings from a bicycle pump. I think I'll group all those together. A few random sockets. I'll just put a bulk lot of those as well together. Oh, and here's some scrap I've kept. These are, oops, that's a bit heavy. I've plucked these off circuit boards when I've been scrapping stuff for the copper wire. So they're chokes, or they're toroidal coils. Chokes, I think they're called chokes. They've got quite a lot of copper wire, but they have got a ferrite material inside, so you can't sell them just as copper. They will go as transformers, or if you can be bothered, you can hit them with a hammer enough times that the ferrite all falls out, and then you can sell it as number 2 copper wire, which is obviously worth a fair bit, a lot more than just transformers, but it does take a fair bit of time. It does make a bit of a mess with that ferrite material. It's actually brittle, and it breaks like ceramics, and it leaves sharp shards everywhere. So I think we'll just put them in with the transformers. Oh, I was looking, oh, there's another one of those. I was looking for these. When I scrapped a lot of stuff years ago, I kept all the telescopic antennas. And now that I'm a boombox collector and want to do some boombox restorations, quite often the antennas are broken off. Even little transistor radio ones. So I'm not going to sell these. These are going home to be possibly used down the track as replacements when I'm doing up boomboxes, which is something I might get into, boombox restoration and vintage radio restoration. I feel it's something in my future, sometime before I die. I have no idea when, but I want to get to it, and perhaps when we don't have the shop anymore, and I'll still be pretty busy, but that's what I'm thinking I might do. All right, this crate's empty. We're done. There's not much more on that shelf. Let's go and have a look. Okay, second shelf's now empty. We'll go to the next shelf because I think this is pretty much all. Oh, there's a timber base for something. Might be handy. Most of these are just empty containers that I've kept to put various things in. Some more of these trays, ice cream containers, and there's a stack of these. I think these were hot chocolate or drinking chocolate. Yeah, I used to keep brass in these, so I got them from over the road at the bakery. They must go through a lot of this stuff, and I found them really good storage containers. The lids clip on very sturdily, but I don't think I'll use those anymore. I tend to use white buckets now. So I think, well, rather than just throw these in the recycle bin, which I could, I think I'll just put them out for free. I'm sure someone would love them in their shed for storing something, or even for storing garden something or other. I don't know. But I reckon, yeah, they could certainly go in the recycle bin, but I think someone would appreciate those. Okay, under here we have more books of some sort, folders. Are these empty ones? Or are these bookwork? Oh, they're bank statements. Yep. Bank statements and things of mine, you don't need to see that. Now we have some lids. I've got some of these containers somewhere that take these lids, so I'll hang on to those. I possibly will keep these because these containers are so deep and they're very good storage, even for documents and papers and that sort of stuff. So, and the other end, oh, that's heavy. That's not just empty containers. I'll move these out of the road. Oh, we have one of these expanding folders, and it looks like it has business receipts of mine, which are probably well over 7 years old, so I don't need to keep any of that. I might light the shed fire with that. So there's a very heavy box there with a couple of look like large cast iron pulleys. We'll take that through to the counter at the end. Just want to get the stuff off the bottom. Right, we have a tub here with power boards, which is handy. I do use them, and I want to still set up some stuff here, some hanging lights and things. I need a few power boards. I won't be selling those just yet. Right on the bottom we have a lamp assembly that looks like, oh, it's missing the centerpiece, it's broken. I'm not going to hang on to that. I will keep the switch though. I sell those at actually $10 each, the Bakelite lamp switches, so I'll hang on to that. And we have a light gallery which holds the shade. I'll put a price on that. It's missing a couple of the screws, but I've got some spare ones, so I'll probably put $10 on that. And I'll keep the switch, but the rest of it's, well, it looks like brass. It's probably just die cast. Might be brass on the bottom. We'll sort that out. Just scrap though, other than the parts. Oh, I'll take this through to the counter. So this heavy box has I think they're photo negatives. We do get a lot of photo negatives in various boxes of stuff from people's houses, and sometimes they're our own. There's a couple of slides. Don't know what's in those. Okay. I don't know where these came from, so I can't return them to the family. I better check the slides. But maybe I'll save them for demos when we're testing a projector. But the negatives I've kept because I believe you can recover silver from them. I'm not sure. It's not a process that I'm likely to go down, but they may be recyclable through somewhere that does actually salvage the silver. I've got another box of photo negatives somewhere, so I'll put them aside for now, and I'll have a look at those slides later. But what was making this box so heavy is these huge cast iron pulleys. That's a triple V. This one's even heavier. That's a double V, and that's what they call a B section pulley. That's a larger size pulley. It's got the keyway in it. Oh, what's this? A couple of little handles off something. Don't know what they're off. And some chain which I've used to hang lights, and I've got to hang some more lights at home, so I'll take that home. It looks like it says 1994 on that newspaper. And these are great big, geez, they're heavy cast iron pulleys. So they would cost a lot of money if you had to go and buy one of those. Last time I bought a pulley, I think you had to pay for the pulley, then pay for the machining to have whatever size shaft and keyway in it. I might try $20 each on these in the shop. Of course, it's going to be dependent solely on whether someone actually wants one and whether it fits what their application is. But they're in great condition, and I think we'd get that for the right person. They'd probably drive like a saw bench or something like that. Okay, so we'll try that. $20 each. That's hopefully $80 back. I'll put them in the shop on Friday. I'll take that chain home. I'll check out those slides, and those will go with the other box of negatives. And if you know, if you can reclaim silver from these, let me know in the comments. I remember reading it somewhere. I think the same with X-rays. They can recover the silver, so I'll be investigating it sometime down the track. And we have now finished the shelf. Oh, except for a couple of extension cords. And that can go in the shop next time we sell a cabinet or something and we need to fill a space, and we put some stock on it. And that's gradually how we're going to finalize the shop for display cabinets, is as we sell one, which hopefully will happen at a steady and slowish pace depending on how soon we have to get out of here. But as we sell them, we can put some cheap shelves in just to display stock so that the shop still looks like it's got something in it. Excellent. I'm pleased to get that done today. And now a quick look at what we've done today with that cabinet gone. It really does look like just a stack in the corner now rather than a room full of junk. So thanks guys for hanging out with me on another episode in the shop storage room. We've got so much space here, I can actually step back a fair way from the camera. More concrete, all going well. We're going to start on this pile here next because it looks in danger of toppling. And there's some pretty, well, I don't know. I think there's some pretty interesting stuff in that. So I'll try and get another episode done this week if I get a chance. Got to keep hammering at it. We'll get there. And Look at the space. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.